Myrtle Beach Police and Fire. This is Bree. Okay.
We're working a missing person case here. We got 2 people who entered an NCIC and the vehicle. We're concerned that the female may be the victim of foul play from what we found at the scene. Obviously, I'm home now. I'm not in the office, but we got a tip. Just a minute ago, I got a phone call from a lady who said she saw the missing white male down at about 10, well, just about maybe 20 minutes ago now. Yeah, and I looked it up, and the lady gave me her name and number. She said another person saw him. She saw the vehicle that we had rented in NCIC. She said it was definitely him. He was. She wasn't exactly sure where it was, but the ministry is at 803 Howard Avenue, Myrtle Beach. And we did an interview today, and there's a connection with our male subject who's missing to Myrtle Beach. So this may be good information. I was wondering, do we have someone, could you have an officer, if that's inside the city limits, check the church and look for that white vehicle?
Yeah, okay. So the vehicle, what type of vehicle is it?
Okay, it's going to be a 1997 white Ford F-250 with NC tag Y as in Young, V as in Victor, 1974.
Okay.
The subject, and that vehicle was an NCIC.
Okay.
The subject that she saw white male. White male.
Do you have a date of birth for him?
I don't have it on because I'm at the house. I'm not in the office.
No, that's fine. Okay. And
he's he's known. He has a concealed carry permit. His son told me that he all the time carries a SIG. So I mean, they need to use caution if they run up on him because we think the female may have met with foul play.
Okay. As well, or?
Yes, ma'am. Saying, and his estranged wife. White female. NCIC.
Okay. And I'm sorry, what did you say agency you worked with?
Davie, D-A-V-I-E, County Sheriff's Office. That's in Mocksville. Mocksville, North Carolina.
Okay, and what was your name? Okay. All right. I will send officers out there, and I will have them give you a call back with findings. Okay?
Yeah, she said she was positive that she saw him and somebody else was with her. It's gave me her name and number. If we had any questions, you call her back.
Okay. Sounds good. Yep, I just was able to pull up the NCIC stuff with it also. Okay.
Okay, then. Thank you. I'll be
Yeah.
waiting for a call.
Yep, sounds good. I will have an officer give you a call back with findings. It'll come from a blocked or a private number, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Just didn't want to let that go. Okay, so Kristen had mentioned something about 2 guns and bullets. Could you explain that to the audience?
Yeah, so in the incident report or the list of items found at the crime scene that was provided by Davie County, it did describe 2 guns. There was a Sig Sauer and a Smith & Wesson. And what was the other item you mentioned?
Wasn't there also 2 types of rounds found also at the scene?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, I don't have it up in front of me. I can open the document and see specifically what it was. It was
This took place, what was it, May 31st? Or when did they pass?
So the call was made on May 30th. Their bodies were found at 11 a.m. the next morning on May 31st.
Okay.
Yeah.
In woods, right? Wasn't it in a forest or woods or something?
Yeah, it was in a wooded area on the Iredell County side of the line of Iredell County and Davie County.
And both guns were used?
No, only one was used.
Only one was used. Okay. Did they both belong to the couple? Do you know?
So, well, in the 911 call, when they mentioned that that they had just done an interview with the son, and he told him that he has a license to carry and always carries a SIG, and then redacted on him. So that was the Sig Sauer. When I spoke to Gregory's son, he did tell me that he knows his father did have a Sig Sauer, and that he did tell the detectives that. And when I asked him if he owned a Smith & Wesson, he told me, probably. He didn't know definitively whether or not he owned it.
Andrea makes a good point, so we should be looking in the videos for that white truck. So it's funny that you say that. May 29th lands on a Wednesday, 30th is a Thursday, 31st is a Friday. Obviously, it's not going to be 31st. So if we wanted to look for that truck, it probably would make sense to go from the 25th to the 29th. The 26th is a Sunday, so that's a church day, to see if the white truck is there. And then there's the 29th is a Wednesday night, also possible if we could see it. We're talking about the end of May, just Robin. Literally a month, just past a month after Micah passes away. What do you think the connection was? The husband knew somebody at Soiled Mock, like he was there at Soiled, or was the son? What was the connection for Solid Rock?
Oh, well, when I spoke to Gregory's son, he told me that. So Gregory had been diagnosed with cancer, and then he beat it. The cancer went away; it was cured, and so he often went around to different churches to talk about the miracle God had given him in curing his cancer. That's the only thing he was able to think of how he could be associated with Solid Rock, because he doesn't recall his father mentioning it. He doesn't recall his father mentioning John Paul Miller. but he did often go to various churches in other states to spread the word.
And was he the one that was doing the tracking and the cyber stalking of his wife? Was that the accusation?
That was the accusation. But when I spoke with him, I didn't really get into that. But he did tell me that part of the reason why he doesn't believe what the investigators are saying was that just days before their bodies were found, just and the alleged abduction, they had still been dancing together in the kitchen. They had still been cooking together, leaving each other notes. But Cynthia did file for divorce. I think it was called room and board or something like that.
Yeah, I saw that.
Um, so, but according to the Sun, they still spoke every day. And actually, that night on May 29th, she so when she filed for the separation, Cynthia moved out of their house on Country Road, in Moxville. She moved out of there and in with her daughter Brandy. Then he was still living in the home on Country Lane, and she had gone over there that night to have dinner with him. But
Of the 29th.
Yes, they still had dinner together every night.
Okay.
And it was, I think, when she didn't return home and that nobody had heard from her since that afternoon, that's when people became worried. But it does not make any sense at all to the Sun. He told me that he spoke to his father that day on May 29th, and that his father had said to him, it had to be a quick call because his son was on his way into work. And he had said to him, okay, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Love you.
Wow.
Yeah.
People are asking, I don't know, I have to go look at that. I'm not really remembering if there was an old white truck at the gas station where Micah was, right? Is that what you're talking about? The one on 41?
Mm.
And the pawn shop?
I know that there was a white van in the pawn shop footage. There could have been a white truck. I would have to rewatch all those videos.
Yeah. Well, it's just the parallels of the accusations the wife, or what was an affidavit or